Bill Clinton still won't say sorry to that woman. Scott Pruitt loves Chick-fil-A so much he wants his wife to work there. President Trump says Canada burned down the White House, and it's only Thursday. I'm opinion writer Molly Roberts with columnists Ruth Marcus and Christine Emba. And this is our last Opinions Roundtable before we take a summer hiatus. We normally dissect the week's top headlines, but today we're doing something a little different. A game. So, you guys know the game, marry, date, kill. We are going to play a version of that, except it is going to be hire, fire, or boss. Bosses make your boss. So we're each going to have two sets of three newsmakers who've been capturing Washington's attention lately, and then we're going to decide which one of these three people would we hire, which would we fire, which would we make our boss. And to the viewers, don't worry, there is real educational value in this because we have to give specific reasons, or rather expert opinions analysis, on why we're making those decisions. So, that makes sense to everybody? Makes sense to everyone here? We have three newsmakers, we hire one, we fire one, we make one our boss. Ruth, if you would like to begin.
Okay, this is
Wow.
scary. All right, wait, where do I, okay. Okay, I get it.
Yes, yeah.
Elizabeth Warren. Kamala Harris, the senator from the great state of California. And Bernie Sanders, the senator from the equally great state of Vermont. All states are equally great. All right.
And DC's not a state.
Yeah.
Hire, fire, boss.
Yes.
Okay.
If you end up going a little out of order because you're thinking through it, we won't penalize you.
I am going to fire Bernie Sanders
Ooh.
because I've had quite enough of him and his, I know it's going to make some people happy, and his arguing about millionaires and billionaires and the rigged system. So, goodbye, Bernie. Am I supposed to write this on here?
I believe
Bernie
so, yes.
impression.
All right, it's the
I
year
feel
of the
like
woman.
I feel like Donald Trump. Fired. Okay.
All right.
Hired, fired, boss. Okay.
Yes.
I am gonna hire Kamala Harris.
There's huge implications
That's
for
nice.
2020.
I think, though this is a tough call, because I think she shows a lot of promise as a senator, but she's just in her freshman first term as a senator. She's just getting started. So let's see what she has to offer as she grows on the job. So,
Some mentorship and personal development for Kamala Harris.
yes.
Just what Ruth is giving
Kamala
to us.
Harris, you are hired, and you both also show quite a bit of promise.
Phew.
I believe that leaves, and this is a little bit of a surprise, Elizabeth Warren as the boss. I think she cares about the rights of workers, so that would make her a good boss. She might be a kind of tough and demanding boss, which would either make her a good boss or a bad boss, depending on how you are as a worker.
But you're a hard worker, so.
But but she gets to be the boss of me mostly because the other two I wanted more to hire and fire. That's my answer.
I'm sold.
Okay.
Last left standing. Works.
Christine.
Okay, I have Anthony Scaramucci, the Mooch. Michael Cohen, the Fixer.
Oh, this is great. You have little nicknames. You're taking a page out of
And
Trump's book.
Michael Avenatti, that guy who's always on TV
He
now.
won't go away.
Yeah, wow. I don't want to work with any of these people.
And
Let's
none
be
of them
honest.
will go away, really.
No,
Ooh,
this is
this is impossible.
yeah, this is actually very difficult for me. I think I would fire Michael Cohen. Michael Cohen is Donald Trump's personal lawyer, sort of a fixer kind of guy who's supposed to be taking care of all of his kind of damaging background situations, but he's really bad at it, is the thing. He says that Donald Trump wasn't involved in the Stormy Daniels situation, but then just made it really clear that he was. He keeps leaving evidence lying around. He's just constantly in trouble and not at all inconspicuous.
You gotta fire him before he flips on you.
Exactly. Yeah, we don't
Fire
want him.
and then pardon.
I'm just gonna leave him.
So to
fired.
remind the viewers what we are doing hire, fire, boss. So Christine right now is picking from these three newsmakers which she's going to fire, which she's going to hire, and which she's going to make her boss. She has gotten rid of Michael Cohen,
He
but now
looks
she has
sad
Michael
about it.
Avenatti and Anthony Scaramucci. So one of those people is going to be working for her, and one will be her boss.
Yeah. I think this is horrible. They're all people who bother me a lot.
Oh, come on. These two are not completely equivalent.
Well, they're actually maybe going to have a show together. That's
That is a
what
good
we've been
point,
hearing.
yeah.
I actually think that I would make Anthony. No. Okay, I would hire Michael Avenatti. Yes. So he is Stormy Daniels' lawyer. He's doing a really great job with her publicity. He's filed a lot of suits on her behalf. He seems to be drawing a lot of attention to her case. So he's clearly a hard worker. He kind of knows what he's doing on the job, I think. And he's somewhat effective in what he does. I think the problem with hiring him, though, I'm just thinking in the future for my, this business that I'm
The
going to be
HR.
running. Yeah. He's very self-focused. I think he would make the job sort of about him and not really work for the benefit of the organization as a whole. So you'd want to keep an eye on him. But yeah, he's hired for now. Hopefully I never have any reason to actually hire him.
I'm worried you don't make him your boss. He might go after you. He seems not to like it when members of the press aren't his biggest fans. So.
Well, I hope he isn't watching then. And that leaves the Mooch as my boss. He only lasted 10 days as Trump's press secretary. They were 10 highly amusing, delightful, and alarming days. But honestly, I think he's sort of hard-charging. He takes initiative. He has interesting ideas. And one of the things that he was in the news for this week was defending Kelly Sadler, the aide who made a joke about John McCain. A joke, a really inappropriate joke about how John McCain was going to be dying soon. Okay, yes. So the joke was bad. That was a bad situation. But he did kind of go out on a limb to speak up for his colleague and try to sort of look out for people in his orbit. And that's something that you want a boss to do.
Yes, he has
I
always
think-
spoken out very stridently.
Yes, he's a very strident person, but he's amusing. Maybe he'd be fun to have around at the office. He'd look out for you, maybe, hopefully. So that's my boss.
And if you don't like him, he won't be around for long.
That's true. There's
right.
lots of stuff going on.
It is my turn. I have Betsy DeVos, Ben Carson. I should flip him over so we can all see. And Scott Pruitt, the man of the week, or the week before that, or the week before that.
Man of many pens.
This is tough. Okay, so I think that I am going to fire Ben Carson. You don't think I should?
What?
Wait, but okay. Can't wait to see how
Please
this
explain.
develops.
Oh my gosh, there was no controversy on the other ones. I mean, I don't especially want to do
A
nice
lot of good options there.
professional decisions to either of them, but do you think I should be firing DeVos? I'm not going to fire Pruitt.
Well,
How
no one's
come?
firing
Well, I'll start
Pruitt.
at boss then. Because if we ever need to talk about the upcoming meeting and I get to go to the White House mess, that's not bad, right? I just feel that also this is what is going on with Scott Pruitt, who is head of the EPA. He has actually been one of the more effective of Trump's cabinet secretaries in terms of getting things done that I think are bad, which is perhaps why he's managed to stick around so long when the job for him seems to be far more about the baubles than it is about anything else. He does bizarre corrupt things. It's not, like, oh, I'm going to go make millions of dollars right now. It's like, I want a mattress from the Trump International Hotel.
Not just a mattress, a used mattress.
Used mattress from the Trump International Hotel. It's that.
Ooh.
It's I want to get to Le Diplomat faster. It's all these strange little things like the White House mess. So I don't know. These perks, because they are so small and random, just feel like maybe if I'm working for him, I end up benefiting. So that was, I feel like I'm in a bad
And
situation
also,
here.
actually, there's a good point here because Scott Pruitt, if he is your boss, he gives you enormous raises.
Right, exactly.
true.
That's what
Yeah.
I'm saying.
Yeah.
They're exactly. His corruption is trickling down to the worker bees like me.
Molly, what
So-
organization are you running?
Yeah, no, this is not a great look. But that's fine. It's all in good fun. When you have choices like this, you can't really do well for yourself. So I was gonna get rid of Ben Carson, who's been ticking me off lately. So Ben Carson, who is in charge of the Department of Housing and Urban Development, is now being sued, I believe, for rescinding this Obama-era fair housing rule. And he also believes that, I think, school integration was a socialist experiment. And I'm not about any of that. And he also has some corruption problems of his own. He had that ridiculous, he was the dining set or he was office chairs? It's hard because
His
you
wife
get
was
them
one of
They're
them
all,
too, right?
He's the incredibly expensive dining room
Yes,
set.
he was
Yeah.
the dining set, exactly. And then he said, oh, that wasn't us who chose that. And then it was revealed that indeed he and his wife had strong opinions on what dining set to get. So we got corruption going on in two places here. I just think I'm more likely to be the beneficiary from Pruitt. I think for Carson, it's all for Carson. And I am offended by what he's doing with regard to housing. Of course, I'm not thrilled with what Pruitt's doing with regard to the environment. And so I guess that leaves me just right in the middle here to hire Secretary of Education Betsy DeVos, who recently announced, I think, that as part of this school safety study in Florida, she's not going to have, there's nothing about guns going to be involved in this. So, again, not a terrific look, but is she embroiled in a corruption scandal right now?
She's too rich to be corrupt.
Right,
I think is
perfect.
the Trump
Well, so her
administration
brother,
argument.
maybe.
So
yeah.
she's going to be working for me. I don't want one of the two corrupt guys to be working for me because then I'm responsible for that. I don't have to deal with that with DeVos because she's got the money already. So really, this is all very carefully thought through.
Okay.
You should never have doubted me.
I know.
Where does the
Sorry, I'll
money
never
go?
do it
That's
again.
the only thing Molly wants to know.
Your turn again, Ruth.
All right.
Oh, reminding viewers once again what we're doing in case anyone's just tuning in. We are hiring, and I'm supposed to be writing these on these cards, we are hiring one of our three newsmakers, we are firing one, and we are making one our boss.
dear.
So I am hiring Betsy, I am firing Ben Carson, and I am making Scott Pruitt my boss.
This has a highly educational
Okay.
component, viewer.
My choices, hire, fire, boss here are Al Franken,
Phew.
Bill Clinton, Charlie Rose. All right. Some of this is easy for me. There is some disagreement about this in the office on this panel, but from my point of view, in terms of alleged behavior, one of these men is not like the other, and that is former Minnesota Senator Al Franken, who resigned from office after it was revealed that he had a very inappropriate photograph before he became a senator in which he mauled or appeared to maul like that fellow performer he was on a USO tour with, and then there were allegations that while he was a senator he grabbed some women's buttocks in photo ops, but we don't know how bad that behavior was or the extent of the behavior because he left before the Senate Ethics Committee could figure it all out. And of these three, Al Franken, A, would be the funniest boss, and B is the least offensively behaved of all of them. So
I don't think we disagree with
that
that.
seems-
Al
true.
Franken, you are the boss of me.
And hello to everybody playing along on Facebook and YouTube. We appreciate it. And we're happy if
Okay.
you disagree.
This is hard. I happen to be really, really super annoyed at Bill Clinton this week because he
Same.
said he did end up apologizing about Monica Lewinsky,
Yes, he
but
was
when he
given
was
a do-over.
asked about it, he took a do-over, a couple of them. But when Bill Clinton is on a book tour, having written a thriller called "The President Is Missing," with James Patterson, when he was asked quite predictably by MSNBC's Craig Melvin whether, in light of the Me Too movement, he had regrets about and his behavior as president, and whether he thought, in fact, he should have resigned. He acted in a very Trumpian way like the victim in all of this and could not manage to say Monica Lewinsky's name, but he said he had apologized about his behavior with that woman. I'm not sure he said that woman. So this was really, really bad. And, the president, his name of the book is "The President Is Missing," and this one, "The President's Contrition," was missing. It has been pretty much missing all along. For that reason, though, you would be a very good employee in a lot of ways, Bill Clinton. You are smart and capable. I think based on your behavior this week, you are fired.
No do-overs here.
Yeah. Oh man.
That just
The
leaves me
choices.
with Charlie Rose, who behaved really, really abominably towards many women in the Charlie Rose empire who he worked with, and seemed to, in particular, have this bizarre penchant for taking showers in front of these women and parading around nude in front of them as if
Great.
this was particularly attractive, which I would say it was not. I am going to really reluctantly hire Charlie Rose, but send him to so much didactic HR training that he is going to
Gosh.
quit. And I'm going to tell him if I hear word one about bad behavior on his part, he is going to be out of there. I am tempted to say, but this is not permissible, that he should have to watch other employees taking showers.
No.
But no, I withdraw that idea. Charlie Rose, you are very reluctantly hired.
Just don't give him like pool or bathroom access.
Yeah, no pool.
I guess.
We were worried that the Me Too men were going to make it back, and here we go. Here's an example. We've hired Charlie
Oh my
Rose
gosh.
on air.
Ruth hired Charlie Rose.
Well, what do you want to do, guys?
Okay, so would you remind viewers what we're doing, Ruth? And then we're going to try to go really fast with Christine and really
Okay.
fast with me, and then we are going to say farewell.
Okay, we are doing a version of the game which I would think I've never played.
Really?
I know. It was invented after my time.
It's very
and
stressful. You're
probably
not missing out.
is better if it is done with some alcohol involved. There is no alcohol involved here, as you can probably tell.
No.
We are choosing among three, and I didn't even get a mug. Whether you would hire, fire, or choose them as your boss. Go hit it, Christine.
Christine.
Okay. Really fast. I have Sarah Huckabee Sanders, the current press secretary. Oh. Whoa.
I am the boss.
Intervention.
Cheers.
John Bolton, National Security Advisor, and Kellyanne Conway, who is a presidential counselor. And out of these people, I think I would fire John Bolton
The
because
mustache.
not because of the mustache, although Trump does not like those, but because he is an underminer. One of the things that seems to be coming out this week is in the president's planned negotiations around the summit with the North Korean leader, Bolton has been saying that it's going to be a sort of Libya-like exchange in order to try and sink cooperation. And that is just not what I want in an employee. My business on purpose. So he's fired.
Oof.
I I would hire Sarah Huckabee Sanders because she has actually been quite effective, I guess.
She'll do anything for you.
Yeah,
Yep.
she will lie, she will make things up, she will say whatever in your defense, and that is just what I'm looking for in an employee. Someone who will stick up for me at all costs and has no scruples,
And who is not Sean Spicer?
and who's not Sean Spicer. So that's her hired, and that
Oh.
leaves Kellyanne Conway to be my boss, which, she on television this week said that Donald Trump was the commander of cheese. And if, as my boss,
So that's it. That's all I need.
if she could appoint me to that position, I would be very happy. So that's
Wonderful.
her.
Okay, I'm going to go as speedily as I can with Jared Kushner, Ivanka Trump, and Donald Trump Jr.
Whole fam.
Yes,
Fam
well,
jam.
I think this can't be that difficult because we all know we are firing Donald Trump Jr. I mean, my gosh, this guy is like the biggest liability that has ever been born. Imagine that. He not only steps in it on Twitter anytime he puts his fingers on the keyboard, even just to say something like that Supreme Court opinion thing this week where he said that narrow, 7-2, how could that be narrow? But he had his bowl of Skittles tweet, he had his, this is socialism for Halloween when his daughter was trick-or-treating
And
tweet.
also that Trump Tower meeting.
Yes.
Minor-
I was
minor
moving to
detail.
that. I not only Twitter, but also, and more importantly, educational value. One of the biggest parts of the scandal around the Trump administration regarding Russia right now is this Trump Tower meeting. A lot of things seem to be hinging on it, where he said, yes, Russians, please come, give me dirt on Hillary Clinton. This is exactly what I want, and I'm going to draw many other figures who are involved in the Trump campaign into this. And there we are. It's one of the clearest examples we see of what looks an awful lot from the outside like collusion or attempt to collude. So I would not want him around on my company Twitter feed or in my life.
If it's
All
what
right.
you say, especially later in the summer, I love it.
I am going to hire Jared. I don't feel great about it, but hey, at least he got his security badge back. And I am going to make my boss, Ivanka, who I think part of the reason I am often frustrated with Ivanka is I feel that she is relatively competent and probably has the potential to do a lot more than she's been doing. We had a lot of high expectations for her coming in, just holding generally more liberal positions than the president does. She has not followed through on anything and has been quite complicit, but I don't see her as a buffoon like her brother or, on occasion, her husband. So, that's all she wrote.
Because you probably haven't read her book.
It's
I have
not good.
Not read her
It's
book.
not
It's not good.
Yeah.
Okay, well, she's the boss, and I'm not going to insult her because I don't want to get fired.
She might put you to work in one of her sweatshops making shoes.
You know, nobody's perfect. Not any
That's
one of
what
these
we've
people we
learned.
looked at
Yeah,
as
that's-
anything close to
that's
perfect.
true.
So, that's all she wrote. Not exactly. We'll be all fair for the summer, but if you think we're finally out of opinions, remember it's only Thursday, and you can check us out at WashingtonPost.com/opinions for more. Take care.